Hello everyone, so this is the latest version of Zekkou no Tomodachi. Added a few new enemies. Already got hit there. This is the new Grasshopper enemy. They just jump from 1 to 3 spaces to the left or right. They can actually jump on other walls or other enemies. I haven't fixed that yet. But yeah, over here I added 2 like gray spiders. They're just there to force you to pick up the red capsule before proceeding, so that kind of makes sure that you're able to shoot enemies before you go any further. But yeah, as I did before, I made these enemies in Asperite. Getting pretty good with the shading tool in that, and making little animated enemies that look pretty good. I've added a few new enemies since last time. I got a new Catepillar enemy and a new fly enemy as well. Again, here's the groundhog. So here's the new fly enemies. They just go kind of like in a circle, spinning around. They're actually pretty easy to defeat once the blob gets aggro. One thing that I'm considering is slowing down or decreasing the range of the blob shots, because it seems like he's taking out way too much stuff. One other change I'm thinking about making in this game is having like separated rooms. So once you get, kind of like in Legend of Zelda, the original, once you get to the border of a room, you see the complete next room when you enter into the next room. Because right now it's kind of hard to see stuff that's in front of you. So it's like if you could see the whole room at once, I think that would help a lot. I think the character moves a little bit slower too. I'm going to try to reduce his size a little bit. One other thing that you may notice is like whenever the blob is in front of you or below you in Y positions, he's in front of you. But then when you go down, your sprite draws first of the player first. So that was, it took a little bit of like extra code to get that to work, but I think it makes it look a lot better because before the layering wasn't correct. So here's the second ring of flies. They're kind of, I was kind of thinking like the boos in Super Mario 3, except they don't chase after you, but like the boo circles where they just circle around. They're pretty easy to kill. I think the blob is overpowered, especially with 3 shots, because you can like kill multiple of these guys at the same time. But yeah, you just really need to kill enough of them to get around. Thinking about maybe putting like a capsule in the middle to incentivize the player to get into the middle or something to avoid the flies. But yeah, they move pretty fast, so unless the blob is like right on them, most of the time the shot's going to miss. But yeah, you get a little bit better view of the ring of flies right there. My blob doesn't have all of his power-ups, just 1 attack and 1 speed, so he may get stuck. Yeah, so this is the new Catepillar enemy over here. I can avoid the spiders and the shooting groundhog. So it's kind of like a caterpillar or millipede in the millipede game. One problem I still need to fix is the blob going through walls. I think I want to keep that from happening. But you can see you can shoot the different segments of the caterpillar, and the others keep going. Now it won't like go back and split into different pieces or anything. Each piece is kind of individual of the other pieces. But the nice thing is I can make the caterpillar as long as I want. I may go back and like add one with a face and eyes or something. I don't know. A lot of things you can do with that. But yeah, it just keeps bouncing off the walls and keeps going down a little bit more each time. And there's the final piece right there. And same as always, get to the flag and win. So yeah, I think the game's coming along pretty well. Trying to add 1 new enemy every night. It's kind of tough. 1 new enemy, like AI pattern. I have like duplicated some enemies, like the spider, where I'd have a red one and a blue one. The blue one just has more hit points. But yeah, I consider new enemies to be ones like these grasshoppers right here. But yeah, it's the first time I've ever made like an enemy with a hopping motion. It's kind of like the spiders. I forget what they're called in the original Legend of Zelda. But currently these can only hop left and right. They don't go up or down, but kind of the same thing. It's pretty amazing what you can do with a sine function and just calculating the distance so they jump higher as they're jumping further away. That's one thing I had to account for because I didn't want them jumping super high if they're going a short distance. So you got to get the total distance and then constrain the amount that they jump by that total distance. So anyway, that's the latest updates for Zekkou no Tomodachi. Check it out. I'm happy with the progress. I definitely want to add the multiple rooms and things like that. So yeah, stay tuned and hopefully I'll work on more of this later. Thanks everyone for watching.